Hey guys, welcome back to Baldi's Basics Iceberg Part 3. Now, guys, I'm not gonna really show any pictures anymore because I'm kind of tired of fucking editing anymore. Like, god damn, this is not about the channel. But I'm gonna show pictures if absolutely necessary. Okay, if absolutely necessary. And yeah, we're still at T1 if you're wondering. But these are special videos. I usually do gaming videos, but I usually do these special videos here and there sometimes. But let's get right into it. Into part 3 of Baldi. Alright, first here we got in this part, in part 3, not the, counting any other, old camping and farm field trips. So basically, what this is talking about, in Baldi's Basics Plus, 0.1 to 0.22, it was basically the Baldi's Basics Kickstarter field trip demo. It was basically the same gameplay. But Miss Man thought that was garbage and changed it up for the worse. Well, he was self-aware that this was also garbage. It was basically like a plus mini game with a bunch of logs. You just move the logs together. The logs have numbers on them, and the logs that they have to go to have numbers on them. You gotta swap and quap logs together, like. Yeah, but the field trip we have now, in 0.7 and onward, right now we have, is a hub. And in the hub, there's Baldi and First Prize chilling in the campfire. And you can talk to Baldi about, and there's two Baldis. One of the Baldi activates a mini game, the other one also activates another mini game. And it will tell you about how there's two mini games. The first mini game is like a food mini game. Alright, anyways, the mini games, the first mini game is food mini game. What Baldi is not thinking of, you have to get the food yourself. So there's a bunch of plates. As soon as the plate, reveals the food, you gotta quickly click the foods that Baldi's not thinking of. And there's also bombs in it sometimes. And like at the end of the rounds, you gotta remove off the bombs before Baldi, blows up and stuff. But there's also the second mini game. The second mini game, you have to put certain objects in the log, and certain or not, and some objects that you do not want to put in the fire. And it's a 2D minigame with first prize. You gotta push the log, the stuff into the fire, and then not so good stuff in the fire. You just gotta be careful. A bunch of items hop onto first prize, and you gotta, fast pace through it. Okay, you know what I mean? But yeah, that was the new and improved stuff. But there's also an older one, which is Baldi's Basic Kickstarter Field Trip Demo 1.0. And this had no characters, like only Baldi, that's it. It didn't have Baldi, Copter, or what is the sock thing named? Okay, I forgot. No wait, sock puppet? No, wait. Let's just get to the next here. Let's get to the next entry. Holy shit. Alright, next we got unused principal voice lines. So if you guys don't know, there's two unused principal voice lines, I think. The first one is, this was actually in the first version of the game. Or 1.0, 1.1 of Baldi's Basics Classic. Well, no, 1.0 of Baldi's Basics Classic, this was actually used. And it was no eating candy bars in the halls, or something similar. No eating zesty bars in the halls. No eating food in the halls. It was something like that. This was actually in the first version of the game in Baldi's Basics Classic, where if you eat a zesty bar in front of the principal, it will actually give you detention. But that was removed in the next update of Baldi's Basics Classic. So yeah, fun fact. But there's also another one. No stabbing students with pencils in the halls. Supposedly, Mistman was gonna add a character that was gonna stab you with a pencil, and the principal will actually get the stabbing guy to detention. And why? And fun fact, it was inspired. How this character was inspired is, Mist Man, when he was doing like a dentist surgery, I don't know, something like that. Like he was in the doctor dentist, and while he was laying down, a random kid with a pencil start stabbing him. So yeah. And the source, okay, this is not Trust Me, bro. This is from Lost Bits. So yeah, it's a pretty good video. But anyways, let's hop on to the final entry. Not the final entry of Tier 1, but the final entry of this part. Part 3. Anyways, let's get right into it. Next, we got other subjects. So basically, Mistman was gonna add a bunch of subjects instead of math. You know what? I'm just gonna let Mistman talk it through. By the way, credit to Lost Bits. This is his video. I just took a portion of his video, so you can understand. This is what Mistman is saying.
Alright, next up, if you've played the game, you're well familiar with the 7 notebooks that you have to collect in the game to normally get to the ending. Well, it was discovered that each of these notebooks actually had a certain school subject attached to it. Green would be English, blue would be spelling, red would be history, yellow geography, black would be science, pink math, and teal geology. Now, all of these subjects were once planned to be implemented into questions in the game, but this was ultimately scrapped for 2 main reasons. A, time constraints, and B, Mistman felt that certain questions could alienate players from other regions around the world, especially in subjects like English and American history. Instead, he felt sticking to more basic, universal things like math was the best course to take. Now, Mistman, were there any other subjects never implemented into the game in some way, or do you have any examples of potential questions for these other subjects?
The only other subject that I did any work on was spelling. I actually still have a recording of Baldi's intro for that subject, but that's it.
Now, Mistman was also nice enough to share this unused audio file with me.
I hope you like bees, because it's time for spelling. Answer the 3 questions correctly, and you might get something special.
Yup, that was it. That's what happened. Anyways, guys, that was the end of the of part 3. Again, the Iceberg. Again, we have still not finished Tier 1. So yeah, but whatever. But anyways, guys, that was part 3. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.